Firefighters in Southern California bracing for conditions to worsen with the return of powerful Santa Ana winds, with gusts up to 70 miles per hour expected today. High winds and flames have already left some of the most expensive neighborhoods in the world looking like a nuclear blast zone. Evacuation orders remain in place for areas devastated by the fires, frustrating many residents anxious to see if anything is left of their homes.
Have you seen the house?
No, they don't let me.
Authorities have suspended police escorts into the hardest hit areas, saying they don't have the resources to meet all the requests, and some neighborhoods are too dangerous to enter.
And driving around some of these areas, they literally look like war zones. It is not safe. We want to get you back into your homes, but we can't allow that until it is safe for you to do so.
There's no power, there's no water, there's broken gas lines, and we have unstable structures.
Governor Gavin Newsom says he will ease building restrictions and permitting requirements to help homeless residents rebuild faster.
It's insanity. Hotels are packed to the gills. Shelters are packed to the gills.
CDN's Operation Blessing is working with the Dream Center and LA's Cathedral Church, serving hundreds of meals and supplying water, relief kits, N95 masks, and solar lamps.
So many great things. This is a horrible fire, horrible devastation, but I love it when you see the church start to come together, and you guys are doing it in a big way. With me now is Sean Foy. Sean, welcome to the program. You just did a big worship night and more. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, it was just amazing. It feels like it keeps setting us up, being in these cities in the midst of trial and tragedy. And we had this date planned on the calendar for, the 11th of January for the last 3 months. And we had no idea that the worst fires in the history of the city were going to break out just days before it happened. Power went off all over, even where I live, and high wind advisories and fires breaking out and pandemonium. But it was so powerful. In the midst of all that, we gathered at Angelus Temple, and everybody that showed up brought an item of aid and support and food and help, and we ministered to those that had lost everything. We saw the power of God rush in. And I'll tell you something, I have never been more proud of the Church of California. The church is rising up, and it is just such a beautiful thing we're witnessing.
Tell me about the people, because this was striking. We're seeing some B-roll of that event. But tell me what you sense from the church coming out and rising up to help.
Yeah, well, I think, LA, it's one of those cities, it carries this vibe. So many people, I don't want to go to LA, the traffic and the crime and the crooked politicians and whatever. And, a lot of people really curse the city, but yet in the midst of this tragedy, guess who were the first people that responded? The church. They responded. Gene, I got a $10,000 fine a day for worshiping God in LA. So, I know about the resistance of this city, but yet in the midst of this trial and tragedy, we're the first responders. We're the ones bringing in food and aid and hope in Jesus. And I'll tell you, the hearts of people are wide open for the gospel, even those that have lost everything.
And that's so good to hear. And I know this is, and I'm starting to pick up, on the internet and people like yourself that are out there doing the work, that there's a real, not just a hunger and a desire, but a real expectation to see revival and let it happen in the West Coast.
Yeah, this is what we've been telling people since 2020. I know that you look at California and think it's so blue and it's so hard and it's so destructive, but this is a state of revival. This is the Azusa Street. This is right. Jesus People movement. And, sometimes it takes a tragedy. Because I don't believe God caused this. I would really strongly push back against Christians that say that this is judgment against California or LA. Agreed. Listen, we all deserve to be judged. Every city's turned their back on God. But you know what? Where sin abounds, grace abounds all the more. And sometimes it takes a tragedy of this caliber to have the hearts of people turn to God. And that's what we're seeing. That's what we witnessed this last weekend, was the hearts of so many people for Jesus. People that are rich, affluent, that have everything, and yet they've lost it all, and all they have left is God. And it's going to be remarkable to see what God does in the midst of this.
No, that's true. And we're seeing miracles all the way through. In fact, you posted something this weekend about the crosses in Malibu. Talk us through what we're seeing here about the white crosses.
Yeah, I just love signs like this. I love it when God makes it very clear and evident. And this is a part of Malibu. I believe the whole hillside was burned and charred, and the only thing left standing was these crosses. So what a prophetic picture of the gospel. What a prophetic picture of hope. We saw the same thing in 9/11 with the buildings, that were left in the shape of a cross. We see the same things across North Carolina. When we were doing hurricane devastation outreach there, the crosses were left. And it's those little things that in the midst of such devastation, they're just reminders. And they just point to the fact of the eternal truth that God is still with us. He's still here.
That's
He's
right.
not leaving us in the and he's working his way. He's working his will.
Yeah, amen. All right, so Sean, I know there are people out there that want to know how to help. Can they go to your website and find out more information?
Yeah, we would love that. I was able to stroke the Dream Center $30,000 check. I led worship there actually on Sunday. Again, it was just planned for months. I was able to stroke them a $30,000 check from so many folks out there like you. We want to give them more money. So you're welcome to, if you go to letusworship.us, you can donate there, and we'll pass it through to all of the leaders. I'm in probably about 10 text threads with pastors all across California that are mobilizing resources and aid, and we want to do the same. We were there, we had a big event, and all of the musicians, all of the worshipers, all the sound guys, everybody did it for free. We're just all in this to see God's love cover that city. So you're welcome to go to letusworship.us. You can donate there, you can give, and we're also coming to the inauguration. I know you're probably going to cover that, but we're coming this Sunday night. So those on the East Coast, we're excited to see you.
Yeah, good. We'll be there. So I need to find out where you're going to be so we can connect. Thank you, Sean. Thanks for coming on the program tonight.
Right outside of the White House, under a tent next to the World War II monument. You can't.
Well, there you go. Okay. I'm sure there'll be no traffic or anything. I'll just show up there. Sean, thank you. Thank you for being on the show.
Awesome to be with you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.